I go home. My dog will be super happy to see me. We'll take the car, go to the lake. It's 2 minutes from my house. The trees are huge. The smells are strong. The day disappears. The worries disappears. The duty disappear. You arrive to the lake and you take your clothes off. The water is calling you. You go in there. You got peace and you feel okay. This is what it is to be human. This is the reality of what is. The rest is just, window dressing. In that moment of serenity, of quietness and peace, you understand there's something bigger than yourself, and the significance of that moment is a miracle. Je m'appelle Jérôme Scullino. Je suis un artiste et un photographe et j'habite à Mont-Tremblant. J'ai des studios à Ottawa, à Toronto et en Floride. Pourquoi je suis assis ici? Euh, Matthew a décidé que c'était une bonne idée qu'on fasse un documentaire sur ma vie et qui je suis pour que les gens comprennent un peu ma personnalité. I live through photography, or photography was part of my life since I was 11 years old. For me, photography was a survival instinct. I was left in the Caribbean when I was very young with no money and no means. And so an opportunity for me to be a photographer was a means to feed myself. So at the time, I didn't see myself as an artist starting. I was like, okay, I need to put food on the table. Was one of the skills I have. So I wasn't even aware or thinking of a career in it. I was just like surviving. But yeah, actually, I remember my first clients. I don't remember a name or a face of my first client. As a professional photographer, I was 19 and I was sent to a resort with a parrot, and I put a parrot on people's shoulder and take pictures of them. I didn't know, but it was portraiture, and it was we had to relate and I had to put them in comfort. But obviously, the superstar was a parrot. My mother loved black and white photography, and always, I think she took a lot of photographs of me. I don't have memories of that, but I have photographs that she invested even though she was very poor. And my father loved to draw, although he was uneducated. So my favorite thing when my father had a minute for me, which was rare, was to sit on his lap and him drawing something for me. Photography was never real because you don't make money out of photography. I'm making money and I'm surviving, thank you to photography, but I still don't know that's what I love, but I'm good at it, So sometimes you just do it because you're good at it, And then saying, okay, it's not because I'm good at it I should do that. Let's be a lawyer or a doctor. Actually, I really enjoy the process. And if I stop self-sabotaging myself, like trying to find excuses of why I can't do it, and just apply myself, I could even find more pleasure into this. And that's what happened in 2007. I started to okay, what if I just did that project for myself and see what happens, And then I really realized that it's something I wanted to do as a career and not just as a survival mode. After I married, I was trying different jobs, and my wife said, hey, you're talented, you should do this for a living. And that's when it really dawned to me that, it has been part of my life and it's something I really loved. Comment j'ai rencontré Nisha? À l'université, quand je suis revenu de la République dominicaine, j'avais à peu près 23-24 ans, et on s'est rencontrés en classe de mathématiques. On avait beaucoup d'amis en commun. Et puis après, je l'ai rencontrée encore une fois dans un bus, et je savais que je l'aimais beaucoup, donc je lui ai demandé quand est-ce qu'elle voulait se marier avec moi. Et elle pensait que j'étais vraiment fou. Je lui ai fait un peu peur. Ce français-là, elle est de culture indienne, donc on fait pas ces choses-là, mais on s'aimait bien. Puis au bout de 2 ans, on s'est présenté aux parents, qui eux n'ont pas aimé non plus l'idée parce qu'ils voulaient qu'elle se marie dans leur culture. Et puis en 2001, on s'est mariés. Est-ce que Nisha, c'est une muse? Oui, c'est quelqu'un que j'aime photographier, mais elle aime se faire photographier. Il y a beaucoup de photographies d'elle, mais c'est les seules photographies d'elle. En fait, je la photographie très peu, mais quand je lui demande si je peux la photographier, elle est super heureuse, elle aime ça. Et on passe un bon moment ensemble. I love all my projects. I've learned from them, I've grown from them, and it's hard to say which one I like more than another. You know, when I had my first child, I told my wife I didn't want any other children. And my reasoning at the time was, there's no way I'm going to love another human being the way I love her. It would be unfair. And I told her that. You know, I was convinced of that. The second child was an accident. Like, it's not something we were expecting, you know. At first, I was really worried. And then she was bored. Like, I just loved her, you know, and I can't explain, but I love them both, you know. Do they compete for my attention? Yes. So I'm just there to say, hey, listen, I love you guys both, but I'm here to supply what you both need at the time you need it. And, you know, you might see it as favoritism, but it's not. I just love them very much. I think that's when I realized I really love photography, is when I was looking for a job and I changed jobs every 2 weeks. And Nisha's work, which she was a teacher then, I started to make bets on how long I stayed. I need any jobs. They will make fun of me. So they were making bets on how long I'll stay. And then one day she was going through my work and she said, but Jérôme, you're very talented. Why don't you do photography, you know? And then this business started. And yeah, and I realized, okay, this is what I do. This is what I love. And I don't mind doing that for a living. What is the pinnacle of what you can get in a studio is an acoustic photograph. That's a really cool thing. We take an image, mount it on a piece of wood, pour beeswax on it, create texture, paint it with art. So it's a mixed media, using different media to enhance the original image. And it becomes something else. It becomes something quite beautiful and a heirloom, something different, you know. So that's one of the things. And the other is black and white photographs, which is also an amazing process. It starts with a beautiful image. I'm capable of capturing that for you. Everything is printed on beautiful cotton rag papers and printed through a process called pietrography. Here, what I've done is the pietrography is you take all these colors out and you replace them with lighter, darker, warmer, and colder blacks. My prints are stable, neutral, and beautiful. And because the pigments are carbon-based, they last for thousands of years. So when you do a print like this, you know that you're good for hundreds of years, you know, in the right conditions. So it's a really beautiful product. And those are the two services we offer, you know, black and whites and acoustic photographs. The acoustic photograph being very real special art piece, because I don't know anyone who does this in Canada. What's in it for a child, or what's in it for a grandparent, what's in it for a spouse that has been, okay, let's go do a family picture, come. Oh, I'd rather watch tennis or the hockey game today. No, this is important. Okay, fine, it's important, family is true. But, you know, it's a concept. Okay, I'm doing this for my wife, or I'm doing this for my husband, or, you know. So when they arrive and I say, listen, let's make it a moment that you enjoy. What is it you would enjoy really? What's most important to you? And then as I say, okay, I'm not being forced into this, and it doesn't have to be the cheesy thing. And then it changes everything. Things are simple. We like to complicate them. What's the purpose of art? Is art a luxury? Usually, if you have a certain amount of money, your priority is going to be food, it's going to be a roof. Would art have a place to this? And I think that's the question. And I think when I go swim and feel what I feel and create art out of that growth that I have personally, and then you come to your house and watch a piece that I've created for you, whether it's a portrait or something else, and you feel something, it elevates you and inspires you to be a better you, or inspire you to do things which are great, or the same way other artists have inspired me to create. Well, without them, I wouldn't have a career. So to me, art is something that we must have in our lives. It's part of our survival.